Good day, Martin, in the Philippines, and we're here in Real Talk Lifeline. So, no excuses. We are going live today, and the challenge of the day. I used to have depression, anxiety, and panic attacks. So, if you want to get the full or deeper answers of this, Real Talk Lifeline just had its first interview with its guest Athena. So check that out. It's an upload or a live video very near this one. So check out that one. It was more than an hour and a half. Sorry, and you could get much more on that listening to the live interview. So, challenge of the day: how did you heal from depression, anxiety, and panic attacks? I'll just share my quick notes from that interview with Athena. And these are the best lessons I got. People watching the live or the replay, feel free to put in the comments if you have any experience, if you could relate, and maybe something that you went through. And if you share it, it could help me and maybe other people as well. So, I'm just doing this in the moment, off the cuff. This is unrehearsed. I'm looking at my notes here. Oopsie. So, again, very raw take on this one. So, the key notes I learned from this on how did you heal from depression, anxiety, and panic attacks is um, one keynote I put here was what was shared was I reject the feeling of feeling sad, and that resistance or that rejection ended up entering anxiety. So it started building up, and then the worst is when it even develops further into a panic attack. Now, a panic attack, the difference of that is it's very acute, intense in the moment. And what I discovered from that interview was a person's panic attack could be different from mine. So when I experienced mine personally back in 2013, that time, and I have maybe around two vivid memories. That was my personal experience. What I discovered was some people can have a panic attack as frequent as 10 times in a day. So again, check out the interview for more, like a more in-depth one on that one. Um, Another note here is it's invisible, meaning a lot of people don't actually see that you're going through it. They think you're okay, you're alright. And again, in the experience I was shared, hello car, thank you for watching the live, is imagine having a panic attack while driving, and then the traffic enforcer just says, "Oh, you're okay, just go on ahead." So that was actually very scary to listen to that experience from the interview. So, next thing, next note I got from that challenge, again on how did I heal from depression, anxiety, and panic attacks, was sobrang napapagod. That line, translation is, I was getting very tired, I was getting sick and tired of this. So I could relate to that, and mine happened over a more extended period of time where someone can actually have it like in the span of maybe just a month, you know, a year, something like that. The path to healing. So, quick notes again, this is just like the highlights. There were 4 steps that were shared. And then before we get to that, sometimes there are events that lead to it. For example, bereavement or the loss of a loved one. It could be a loss of a mother, family member, uh, someone in a relationship, maybe even your work, your job. So the discovery of this though led to something else, which is the root cause. And then that root cause was a traumatic experience after all. It's not directly linked to that moment of bereavement or that event that happened. For me, it was back in 2014. So you could watch the interview again for the story of Athena. But it's it's something deeper. Usually it dates back to childhood or an early developmental year. So no matter how hard I try, it's not going away. That's another line that hit me. So, 4 steps. Again, I'll quickly just go through the highlights. The first step: what are my acts of ungraciousness to myself? What does this mean? What are the words or what are the things that I say to myself the moment that I wake up, throughout the day, and even what do you say to yourself at night, right before going to sleep? Because that actually has an effect on us as we sleep. So, what you tell yourself actually creates it over time. Depression doesn't happen overnight, it's a build up over time. So, check yourself whenever that happens. Step 2: this was interesting. Watch the sunrise in the morning. I am not a morning person, so I'm really pushing myself to do this live. And it's around noontime. So, again, a million excuses. Oh, it's not morning anymore. You can't do it. You can't say good morning like that, but do it anyway. So, number 2, watch the sunrise in the morning. What it taught this person was that in darkness comes the light. Now, it might sound cheesy to me or to some people, but when the person shared this, I could feel the emotion. I could feel the actual transformation or processing that this is just a phase. I actually tried it the other day and it was interesting. Yeah, I mean, if you watch the sunrise, and it takes around 30 minutes or so if you wake up at the right time, like here in the Philippines, 5:30, and then you watch it all the way until 6 a.m. further, you do see from darkness the sun coming up, and then now that's the noon bright light behind me. So you do actually experience a transformation just by watching it. And apart from that, sunlight is actually good for mental health. There's a science behind that. Uh, Third step was the traumatic event or the root cause. What to do is to let go of it, that anger. So it's to forgive. Again, highlights of this keynotes I got was forgiveness is actually not an emotion. So that was very helpful. Why? Forgiving, it doesn't mean, let's say the person did an unforgivable act, and some people could already relate to that just by the way it's said. So we're not trying to forgive the person and say that it's okay that they did that. That's not what this is. Letting go doesn't actually require any emotions. It's just the release of the words. It's actually to free not the person, but it's to free ourselves from the anger, the negativity, the pain, the depression. So we're doing it for ourselves. We're doing it for our own freedom. And last, the fourth step out of the 4 is meditation. And meditation, we don't do this just one time and then we're fixed, we're okay. We do it over again and again and again. So I tried it. So this person shared with me a guided meditation. I love that it was actually only 10 minutes. You could do a 15-minute guided meditation. Some people do longer. I found it very helpful actually to start the day. It clears the mind, it clears emotions. I don't feel compulsive as much, like I gotta check my phone for my Viber notifications. It's actually kind of related to the previous steps. It helps let go of a lot of thoughts and emotions or baggage in me. So, ironically, it also creates gratitude. So again, I could relate to a lot of this stuff. So those are the 4 quick steps that were shared on the challenge of how I healed, or I used to have depression, anxiety, and panic attacks. You could watch the full interview again with Athena. It's very near in the Real Talk Lifeline page. And last, comment deep dive down below for those who want to do a one-on-one with me. So what you're gonna share is what's your biggest challenge in life right now, and then I'll listen to your side. If you want to take it to the next level, we could share ideas. Maybe for you to get a breakthrough, some answers or clarity, and then move forward. So thank you. I love you, and I will see you next time.